Hello and welcome back to Fairweather Trains for another cheap eBay bargains video. Now this one is less cheap, but it is a bargain for what it is. Now I bid £52 and some odd pence for this and ended up getting it for 50 quid, which is actually a good price for these. These usually go for well over 100. Let's see what it's like. The description was in good condition runner. That's about all it said. That could be part of the reason why less people bid on it or are interested. The description was pretty poor and the photos weren't great and there wasn't many of them. So let's drag it out of the box. It's nicely packed. Well, it's secure anyway. Let's find some scissors for that. The title for this was a little bit confusing, which also probably didn't help with the bidding. And you can see in there, this is a Fleischmann, but it's not a coach. At least it's not supposed to be a coach. So let's let's hope I haven't made a complete cock up and I've just bought a coach. Right, let's get rid of the box. No, it's not a coach. It's someone's just put it in a Fleischmann plastic case. Dump some of that rubbish. Right, there we are. So this is a Fleischmann streamlined BR03, I think these are. BR03. Now if you've ever seen these on eBay, you know they're usually 120, 150 or more quid. So it doesn't look too bad there. So I'm going to get it out of the box or out of this packaging and we'll have a better look at it. Right, so it's out of the box, down on the track. First thing to say, that is heavy. That is a heavy old thing. This, all metal. The tender not so much, it does have some, but mainly just in the chassis. The top half is plastic. Now this is supposedly a Fleischmann. I don't think it is. I haven't had a proper look at it yet, but it's not tender drive. It's loco driven. I don't think that's a Fleischmann, but we'll have a better look in a minute. So let's pick it up. So in fact, the first thing I'm going to do, as this is so heavy, is I'm going to weigh it because I want to know. Let me just get this on the scales. So it's 572 grams. 572 grams. It's heavy. Right, it's also got a tender connection there, which doesn't pick up because there's no wires between the. Oh, I don't know actually. Having said that, I may be wrong. Yeah, there is a wire there. Right, okay, it does pick up. Also, you can see that it picks up off the axles. Look. I didn't notice that to start with. So that would mean I can't take this apart. Yeah, there is a wire in there. I didn't see it. Right, so I've been wrong about that. So cab detail, not really. Just adjust the light again. No, not really. It just feels really heavy because this, as I say, is all metal. All the casing is all metal. It also makes it difficult to hold it. Right, I'm going to have a look here and see if we can see a maker's name, because I don't think that's a Fleischmann. Although it has got that accessories button on it. There we go. What's that say? That says, unless I'm mistaken, that says marklin. And it's got all these metal gears. It's got, I can't believe it's got traction tyres. Something that weighs that much, it's got traction tyres. Crazy. Those crazy Europeans. Anyway, yeah, that's not. That definitely says marklin, doesn't it? Right, I'm just going to put this down a minute and turn it around. So let's double check that. Right, let's wait for that to focus, if it will. Come on. There we go. That definitely says marklin. Can I get in any more of that? Yeah, marklin, made in Germany. So, made in unified Germany, so that makes it 1990 onwards. It explains the massive weight. I've only got one other marklin loco, and that's all metal as well. All metal gears. Not needed traction tyres, I would say. Interesting pickups on the tender though, look. At least it's got some. Can't read what it says there. Yes, that's a marklin. So that's good. That makes it even more a bargain because a marklin version of these is even more expensive. But I do find them they're very interesting. The streamlining is very interesting. A little whistle there. You'll never guess that it's actually made of metal. But yeah, the streamlining is nice. It might even have lights there. It's got the polite version of the Imperial Eagle. The interesting smoke deflectors. It's a bit like my Brawa version, if you've seen that on the channel, which was my best running steam engine I've ever had, I think. Possibly best looking as well. But this is pretty nice, I think. This is pretty nice, and 50 quid. Wow, just look them up on eBay and see what these do go for. That's a great price. Right, so like all of these, we're gonna stick it on the track, try and get it plugged back together, because I'm a bit worried I'm gonna pull that wire. I'm gonna give it a quick run up and down in the sidings. If this is anything like my other marklin, it takes some serious ampage to get it moving, or wattage, but runs well. Difficult to get all these wheels on when you can't see them. Right, I think we're on. Let's make sure we get a bit of power. This is on the duet. No filtered input. Right. Give it some juice, give it some volts. Oh, right. First thing, it's wired backwards. And to get that going, that's on 90% of the duet. Probably just going to need a bit of a run. Although having said that, it's got some serious weight to move. Got a bit of a whine. Right, what we'll do is I'll take that back out onto the main line, run it on the Morley, and give it a belt round like that. Yeah, wrong way. There's going to be a few wrong ways with this one. Got to say, that's pretty impressive looking. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give that 2 or 3 laps in each direction, and then we'll come back here, have the top off, see if it needs a drop of oil, see what the marklin mechanism looks like. Right, so back in a minute. Right, so that's had 5 minutes in each direction there, just to give it a run. Seems absolutely fine, but we're going to get the top off, which looks like it's just this screw here. We'll just have a look inside. And there we go, simple as that. And it's off. Great big chunk of metal. So you can see the motor. Let's just bring the camera around. You can see the chassis here, this is all metal. There is a light at the front, a bulb. And what looks like a ring-filled style motor. Also, harking back to the days of trying, I don't know if you can see in there, there's a bit of sponge. So I'm guessing, like the old trying ones, that's where you put a dab of oil so that it keeps it there. My old dock shunter's got that, and one of the others, I can't remember now. But you just put a dab of oil on that there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll turn that down. Well, I wonder if it's got the same the other side. Let's try and turn it around without causing any damage. In fact, I'm going to put the camera down and turn it around. Right, so this side looks like an old ring field, but it's obviously not. And in there, there's another bit of that spongy stuff. So we put a dollop in there as well. Just to keep that going. I won't bother, because of that, I won't do the motor spindles. But I suspect with all those metal gears, this is why it's going to be noisy, and it's going to stay noisy. don't think we can do much about that. But it's not the noisiest thing you've ever heard, is it? Not too bad at all. It's obviously a bit of a beefy motor, and just out of interest, I'm gonna weigh the just the metal body. So the metal show itself is 239 grams, just this. That's a meaty bit of kit. Right, I'm going to put it back on the track and just run it gently backwards and forwards, get that oil in, and then we'll get it back on the main line. Right, it's back on the track without the top on for a minute because I want to see if the light works, because I hadn't noticed it, because for the first time in ages it's actually sunny outside. So let's just, I don't know what way it's going to go. I've lost track. There we go. Yeah, I don't think you can see that the light is working. And that does sound a little bit quieter, although maybe the body echoes it around a bit, being all metal. Yeah, it looks alright, doesn't it? Right, I'll get the top back on and give it a proper run. So all back together, all back on the track. Yeah, wrong way. That's going to keep happening. So I've got something for it to pull around a bit for a little while. See if it will hook on. Yes, it will. We've got a German crane made by Roco and an old Lima wagon on the back. I'm sure that's totally inappropriate for this engine, but there you go. Perfectly fine over the Lima crossing. And again, I was trying to speed it up there, but turned it the wrong way. On the station. Give it a bit more juice. So we'll just bring it into stop. Just coming round, just go. And that's the Marklin BR03. What do you think of that? I think that's even more of a bargain, considering it's supposed to be a Fleischmann. Turns out to be a Marklin. Whether it's the actual better runner than the Fleischmann version would have been, I don't know, but the Marklin ones do fetch a higher price. If I decide to sell it on, that is. I may not. After the oiling and a very, very light service I've given it, it's a better runner. It doesn't require so much wattage to get moving. What have we got it down to now? Yeah, that's less than just under 50% on the Morley. doesn't run as well as my Brava version or look as good, but yeah, there's only so much detail you can give to these smooth-sided, streamlined locos, isn't there? I don't know what type of tender that is or what that's called with this sort of stepped finish on it. I don't know. I don't know anything like, well, other than it says made in Germany. I don't know the age of this because I was expected to be a Fleischmann, not a marklin. But yeah, it's got a different version. Well, I presume that's supposed to be the Imperial Eagle. I don't know, but I presume it is. I mean, the lining's all very nice. The moulding, because it was all moulded in metal, is good. The printing's good. The red wheels are great. The weight of it is crazy. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that, can you? So that's the Fleischmann stroke Marklin BR03. The latest eBay bargain. Not cheapo, but a bargain for what it is nonetheless. I must admit, when I put a bid on this for 50, I think it's 52.87 or some weird number, I always do a weird number, I didn't expect to win it, and for it to not even go for the full price. I didn't get pushed up to my maximum bid, which was 52 something. I got it for 50. It's got to be because the description was poor, the photos weren't great, and the title of the listing wasn't fantastic either. Also, it's wrong. It's not a Fleischmann. I certainly won't be sending it back. Yeah, I'm more than happy with this. It's really good, really cool. What do you reckon? Anyway, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. I don't think I've got any more eBay bargains coming up, but I do have some train fare bargains. Cheapo ones I bought a recent train fare. Some of them I haven't even tested myself yet, and I don't know anything about them. So I think there's 3 or 4 there I need to do. So that might be the next one after this, I'm not sure. So whatever the next one is, we'll see you then. Thanks very much for watching. I've got to try and learn to speak, and see you in the next one. Bye for now.